What's up?
Hello there, Wibugang.
Said that with a little air coming out of my...
He's exasperated.
What's up? What's up, everybody?
Hello there.
We hope you're doing well. I honestly don't know what day it is when you see this, but we're stoked. It's episode 25.
That's right.
And last episode we had a little surprise guest.
Yeah, we had a little cameo from Muhammad Ali and his offspring.
His offspring.
His little
it's
offspring.
It's about to be the battle of the offsprings. Yitro versus Muhammad.
That's actually, true. That's cool.
But it's not like them fighting, it's like their sons fighting.
My son can beat your son's ass.
Dude, Yitro totally destroyed Yanagi with one hit. Although Yanagi was severely wounded.
Yo, he had no fucking hand.
Yeah, crazy. Honestly, out of all the prisoners, I think he was my least favorite.
Yanagi.
Just because of that little temper tantrum he threw towards Doyle, like 2 episodes ago. I was like, bro, that's not cool. Just let him live his life.
Yeah, Yanagi's kind of like the most. Him and Sikorsky are kind of the ones that are fucking annoying.
Mm-hmm. That's true. They're the last two. But yeah, last episode, our theory or worry came true. Sadly, Baki's poisoned.
So skinny now.
Yeah, he went to the hospital. He escaped from the hospital, and he's like, "Trust me, this is a battle I'm gonna win."
So is that what happened to his older brother too? He was poisoned.
Kind of in a sense, but he was more poisoned in the sense that he did it to himself with all these performance boosting drugs.
Ah, okay.
So I guess in the last tournament, his body kind of deteriorated.
That's wild as
fuck.
fuck.
He miraculously survived.
Hopefully Baki has those same genes, gonna kick that poisonous ass.
Yeah.
You know?
It's like a natural immunity to poison.
Runs our family.
All these tiny little Bakis just doing little backhands and some knees.
You poison your kids when they're born so they grow immune to the poison. That's actually what you need to do.
No, you don't need to do that. Don't poison your kids.
You just feed them a little poison each day. Just a little bit.
That's what Batman did.
yeah.
Batman's pretty much immune to anything.
Exactly.
But we seriously don't suggest doing that. But we do suggest you watching episode 25.
That's right.
So let's get into episode 25.
Ooh, God and the Devil. For all my brand new fans out there.
God and the Devil. I just finished Devil May Cry 5.
Oh yeah?
Have you heard of a man named Hanma?
Oh, I thought you were gonna say it was sick.
It was okay.
Why the fuck does he have drool coming out his mouth?
Because he got hit in the head so much from when he was boxing.
That's true.
After winning the Olympic gold medal for boxing, Muhammad Ali declared it worthless and threw it into a river, vowing to turn pro. His unprecedented trash-talking of opponents proved to be an attention-grabbing antic that kept the public thirsty for more. He quickly rose to the center stage of mass media. He'd announce a knockout before a fight, then he'd make it happen.
It's like Conor McGregor.
He was the first YouTube star.
Yep.
Alright, today on Ass Beatings, I'm gonna take this guy down in 3 rounds. Let's look at the science.
He was marking the world in a whole new way. In a miracle of a comeback, he became the champ once again. He's a legend whose notoriety transcends the world of sports. More than just a man, he's a living god.
He definitely looks like Muhammad Jr.'s dad. They look so similar.
Way out of his mouth. May I ask why you're curious about him?
Wanna beat his ass.
I found myself in Japan years ago, in 1976. This living legend began to tell me his tale. The match had been promoted as the fight of the century. Antonio Igari, the Japanese pro wrestler, was to be my opponent. I initially considered the event to be some kind of sideshow, but I eventually discovered that it would be a real no-holds-barred fight. And that changed my attitude.
He got real serious.
I began to train like it was the title match of the world.
life of a boxer.
Right?
It's tough,
I
dude.
ran at night, away from the prying eyes.
Just getting beaten to a pulp in
I
the
had the
ground.
usual suspects with me, my toughest sparring partners, one of which would become a world champion. One night, 10 minutes in on the run, I noticed John Stander was no longer with us.
Good.
5 minutes later, Jack Lemmon was the next to disappear. Another 5 minutes after that,
You going out jogging, your whole crew like
I was all
disappears.
alone.
He noticed and he just didn't even stop.
Yeah, he's like,
You know?
okay, 1 out of 10.
I guess something's happening.
There was a strange scent in the air. It smelled like the den of an animal. Even in the middle of the city, I feared my crew had been mauled by some wild beast.
Hey, champ.
I turned around to see a man standing before me.
Oh, this is the
Gave
first time
off
he had
the
different-
same
a
vibe
different
as
outfit.
Predator's predator.
That's true.
I knew he was dangerous.
Dang, he looks
Wow,
like
he's so
He was
young.
ready,
Ratsu.
taking out my training.
He rocking the ponytail.
Yeah. Now his hair's all like wild and like red.
Yeah, I wonder how old he was.
Meet you.
He had a presence unlike any fighter I'd ever faced. Almost supernatural. Even when I was in the ring, taking up a defensive stance was never my style. But for the first time, I had my guard up. Float like a butterfly. And sting like a bee. The modern form of the sport known as boxing was born in England way back in 1814.
Love how he knows so much about
All
boxing.
that time, I was the first fighter ever to
He's a
lower my
master of
guard
it.
as a tactic. I never raised it, no matter how dangerous my opponent was.
You gotta be
I
quick,
was able to
dude.
do it by creating just enough space
That's
between me
fucking
and
wild.
my
To
opponent.
never put your hands up. What?
So do you understand now? Do you see the significance of me taking up a defensive stance? The threat every fiber of my body could sense emanating from the man in front of me was that intense.
I like how they didn't even say anything. It was just all based on
And
like
I never
the,
misread
the
How
mood
they
in
pull
the
up.
air.
I know.
You know?
So this, I'm getting bad vibes from you.
The rules of boxing didn't apply here. Can you imagine how I felt? All the techniques I had
No
spent my life
hesitation to just like pop off.
useless.
You're like, oh, he knew exactly what I wanted.
Why are you here? What is it
Now
that you
yes.
want from me?
What do I want? I want you to show me that your true calling isn't boxing. Understand me?
Dang, you drew
The
a
world
awakening?
heavyweight
Is that what
title
he's saying?
is not your ultimate goal in life.
Huh? Why not? And what makes you say that?
It's something I noticed the moment I saw you in the ring. You consider every attack. You know every angle. That's more than just boxing technique. It's your own form of martial art.
You see a lot. Even the most famous trainers around the world hadn't put that together. But this guy did. I'll be damned.
I can't use that in public.
The random dude off the street I met in Japan somehow managed to see it, and he wasn't even a
Just
boxer.
a normal Asian man.
It looks to me like the real fight is about to begin.
He always fights like that. He raises his hands like that. It's
You-
like pure predator stance.
Demonic energy. Anyone that pulls up on you on the street like that is definitely not a normal Asian man.
He's not normal. He's not normal Asian man. Damn, he's so fast.
That's what I'm talking about, champ. That's not boxing anymore. It's your own martial art. Punch, strike, kick, grapple, slam, catch. It's a combat system designed to deal with it all. You should name it after yourself. The Art of Ali.
The Art of Ali. That's sick.
MMA?
That's
Yo, you know shit's going down.
Kick off the flop.
It's a little rough around the edges. You were stripped of your championship title for being a draft dodger. That gap in your career went on for 3.5 years, resulting in a lapse in perfecting your art.
What?
He's like a dog playing dead.
There's no way.
And that's why.
Oh shit.
Damn, he flipped him like it was nothing.
I don't know why, I just think of like breakdancing when he did that.
The breakdance fighting.
That's some shit that
why.
all our
I stand
breakdancing
in
friends would do.
reverence. Before the heavyweight champion of the entire world, Muhammad Ali.
Wow.
So much respect.
Respect on my name.
Are you kidding? I'm nowhere near as good as you are.
That is true. But my reasons have nothing to do
True.
with that. You fought the status quo for the sake of
Nice.
impoverished African Americans. You fought your own government for the sake of the battered Viet Cong. You represented the weak and oppressed in all of your battles. You are hope, a shining beacon of hope for the powerless.
This is like the first time Yujiro showed like his nice
I find
side.
all of this
Right?
more than a little bit discouraging. Your strength and my shortcomings. I mean, I hate losing, you know?
But I heard some
just a
disturbing
lot
things
to deal
about
with.
his past.
Every struggle you go through always seems so desperate. You are a convict and a world champion with fists over 15 inches around. They say it's the world's
Damn.
greatest. You had such drive as
Bigger
a
than
young
a
man.
foot.
You were a
What?
gold medalist with speed and power that no one had ever seen before. You even managed to make it through an entire fight after getting your jaw broken in the second round. People say your punch was so powerful it could knock down an elephant. To this day, you're still recognized as the strongest fighter ever. You took on racial discrimination, and then your entire country. You were never up against an easy opponent. Not that your fighting technique is all that great. It's your heart. Even when you're facing an entire country, you don't back down. That's what makes you the greatest.
Tell me, what are your dreams?
I dream of strength.
The strength to do what?
To be the strongest living man in the entire world.
Adidas.
And you
I'll
think
be a
that
dream about
will make you
strength.
powerful?
Powerful? I don't
I'm
think
like
you
Baki.
understand.
All
I'm
day
not
I
in this
dream
for
about
power and
sex.
money. I simply want the strength to fight the
The
entire world.
duality.
More strength than any military force. Absolute fighting power that relies solely on my mind and body.
You're serious, aren't you? You're not just boasting. You
He
actually
was like,
hold that goal with conviction.
I thought you were such a nice guy, now you're kind of like a villain. Villain
I
vibes.
know, right?
Please, I want you to meet my son.
What?
Have you had a son then?
On the low.
My secret son.
Baki.
Thanks for having us. I appreciate it.
Oh my god.
Reichi Ando, a fierce warrior who could kill a bear with nothing but his own 2 hands.
That's
he lives
wild.
like a hermit in a small cabin in the depths of the
He
Hida
ain't playing
Mountains.
dead either.
He's known Baki since he was a child.
What happened? You.
Yeah, no, I've lost some weight.
A little.
Take off your shirt.
Everybody asking him to take off his shirt.
Jeez.
It's almost like he got a parasite in his body.
He got the freaking tapeworm.
Poison. You were poisoned with natural toxins. Your body fought back as best it could, and then?
The doctors couldn't do anything.
Take a seat over here.
The natural
Came
remedies.
to the right guy.
Like how there's like a whole world out there of things we just don't know.
It'll take several days.
You know?
though. You can go fishing to pass the
Natural
time.
medicine.
Thank you, Ando, for everything.
Cute.
How close he does this cry.
I know, she's kind of annoying.
She just cries in every episode. When she's happy, when she's sad.
She
It'll
cries and
taste
states
bad.
the obvious.
It tastes like shit. Drink it.
His face is cracking.
Pretty gross.
Aww. Oh, he looks scary.
You just gotta drink that shit like every day.
They took his bed.
Do you think he smokes it with a toothpick because his hands are too big?
Right? Like his whole finger is like picks up the cigarette.
Why did you wait this long?
Oh hell, so ominous.
Yeah, what the fuck is he gonna
This
die?
is my boy.
Aww.
I should call him my dream.
He's
Just like
so
you said
pudgy.
before.
So cute.
That's a little
The
toy he
fighting
gave
style that I was
Cosplay.
trying to hone and perfect. It wasn't something that was intended solely for boxing.
His hands are big as shit for a little
It was a
kid.
freestyle countering technique for punches, kicks, and grappling.
I would love being
My defensive
like
style was
a
intentionally
kid
light
of an
and fluid.
athlete, and then my dad could
It
groom
made
me
close
into
range
being an
techniques
athlete.
like
That's
blocking and ducking look as graceful as a
It would
dance.
only be awesome if that's what you
More
wanted
often
to
than
do.
not,
I know,
would
but I would love
sweat
it.
back. That's because I discovered that those two moves could counter not just punches, but basically any sort of attack they could throw at me. However,
After the 3.5-year gap in your career and development, your footwork slowed and suffered. That forced your fighting style to change. When you returned to the ring, you used more blocking and rope work, as was evident in your bout with Kinshasa.
Damn, this guy
Absolutely
knows
right.
everything.
That's like straight up like
Which
what is that,
meant
like one of the only people
the
he
fighting style
respects.
I tried to
Like
perfect
it's like he
ended up
knows so
being
much
little
about
more
him.
than a dream.
Him and
Are
Mr.
you
Oliver.
ashamed of
Yeah.
that?
How long my fit go? Get him tied up. Like how he's in like a fucking 3-piece
Yeah.
tuxedo. Like what?
Like on the regular.
It's my son in his little tux. Bruh.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, the pain.
Did Muhammad Ali give him permission for this?
Oh, he made him bleed too.
Stop crying. I fathered children just like you all over the
Oh.
world. And they better watch out, because you're gonna be a tough opponent for them.
That was a good fight, son.
Oh, so cute.
That was my first fight.
That's my first loss.
Baby's first fight.
Could you imagine if they had a baby boxing ring?
His first black eye.
There would be like so much like I don't even know backlash like that.
Yeah, definitely.
It's a very controversial episode we're doing. First the Batman poison.
And fucking parental abuse. Oh, what? How they find Doyle's cave? Is that his cave?
No.
Oh.
But that's hilarious.
I was like, what?
4 years.
Doyle was just hanging out there. He couldn't see any of this going on.
He didn't see any of the skulls there.
What do you think? This is Japan. I swore an oath in this place that I would never lose to anyone. I feel like I've broken that oath time after time. And now I've returned to this place while suffering the greatest defeat of them all. It's humiliating.
Everybody tasted defeat in this series, Baki.
Oh, hey. It's been a while.
Damn!
Daddy! Bro, that's
You
not
don't
how you greet your
remember,
father-in-law.
He was a fighter at the Tournament Maximus.
Yashazaru Jr.,
Oh, wait,
a
that's a
member
long
of the
hair,
race
dude,
of
right?
mysterious apes that
Oh, it's an
inhabited the
ape?
Hida Mountains in ancient times.
I thought that was
parents were
Baki's dad.
slaughtered
You thought it was
Like,
Yujiro?
yeah.
enraged and swore to avenge their deaths. After that, a bond developed between them.
Yo, that's sick.
Baki, you're sick. Oh, he's so cute. Kind of looks like a little demon.
Not a demon.
Who's that? Is that Retsu?
You have a visitor.
Oh.
Retsu, what are you doing here?
You were gone a while. I was worried.
Sorry about that. Still, though, I'm really glad you're here, man.
Aww. I don't remember Retsu's voice being like that.
Like what? He didn't. Like,
I'm really here.
that was Baki talking.
After though?
Yeah, he didn't say anything. I don't think.
Leave him to me now.
Right, I'm counting on you.
Oh,
What
it
is
is
going on?
voice.
Oh, he about to hit him with an Eastern medicine.
Bro, I'm about to beat the poison out of you right now.
People. You got helicopter access?
Taking him to the
shit.
mainland, bro.
Okay.
Oh.
We're about to be on the last episode, guys.
Yeah.
Fucking crazy.
That was a pretty cool episode too. Even though like it didn't have action like a lot, like you know, just like the other one, it was cool.
Dude, we learned so much about Yujiro and Baki.
Mm-hmm.
It's great.
And Muhammad Ali and his son.
His son was like so cute. Like,
And his little
just like
tuxedo.
trying to beat up an adult. You're like, oh, it's cute. And you're like, oh shit, he probably does it on the regular.
I'm proud of you, son. Good fight.
It was a good fight.
Good fight.
He literally just like, Yujiro beat the shit out of Mom.
Lick the fuck out of him,
He was like,
bruh.
whoosh.
Baby's first bloodshed.
Oh my gosh, baby's first black eye.
Baby's first opponent.
It was like, he like literally met an unknown celebrity. Like,
Yeah.
he didn't even know it.
It's cool.
Wild.
I
What
guess
would
they're two celebs, right?
Yeah. Just like an unknown one.
Yeah.
And like the most known one around the world.
Most scared, like,
Yeah.
scared. What would I rate it?
What would you rate it?
I would rate it. I would give this another 8.5.
I know. I actually am gonna 100% agree with you on this one. I thought this episode was a little better than the last one.
Yeah.
And I like what they're setting up right here. Like, what's
Mhm.
gonna happen with Baki? Why is he getting kidnapped
Yes, exactly. And
from a
like
helicopter from China?
everyone's like, oh no, he waited too long. So fuck.
He's like, dumb Baki,
Fuck.
why'd you wait so long? But it's cool, like, seeing how everybody's trying to, like, help him out.
Yeah, like Retsu pulling up, like, bro, come on,
It's
I'll
like
fix
he's-
you.
It's like he's a part of the Shinshin Kai.
Yeah.
You know? But yeah, what would you guys rate this? Would you rate it an 8.5?
hit us up with that Wibugang tomato score.
Wibugang tomatoes.
You know that rating.
And be sure to like and subscribe.
Please.
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 Join the 10% of you that are subscribed.
Hey, it's gone up, so...
Has it really?
It's gone up, dude.
Nice.
That's tight.
Well,
welcome.
thank you guys. Thank you guys for subscribing.
Yeah.
Subscribing. And we'll see you guys next week.
Peace.
Peace.
Believe it!
No.
Gonna be the next Hokage.
Come on, you pervy sage!
Talking no jutsu.
That's my ninja way!